Hi, I'm Brad Simpson with Simpson Ltd. Collector Firearms, and today I would like to talk about the 3 mistakes that led to a tragic accident over a week ago on a movie set in New Mexico. Now, I've got the identical gun that was used. This is a Colt 1873 single action Army in the same caliber, 45, and I would like to explain the 3 things that should have happened. Number 1, there shouldn't have been live ammo on the set. Number 2, the gun should have been properly checked when it was given to the actor. And number 3, it never should have been pointed in the direction of somebody, cocked and fired. Obviously, these 3 things led to the death and injury of 2 people on set. And let's see what they should have done. Now, Simpson Ltd. deals in antique and collector guns, and we have worked with the entertainment industry. We have both sold and rented weapons for use in film and television, and I've actually worked on set. Now, the first rule, if I bring a live gun, a real gun, to a set, is to not bring any ammo. As long as there is no ammo, there is no chance for an accident. Now, one thing we know on the set over a week ago was that there was live ammo on set. Obviously, at least 1 round, the round that was fired. Now, I've read reports that there were over 500 rounds on set. I've read reports that they were actually shooting the guns between takes, which would explain how a live bullet would have gotten into the gun. Anyway, there absolutely should have been 0 live rounds on the set. Again, this is an 1873 Colt single action Army. This is virtually identical to the gun that was accidentally fired a week ago. Now, if you look, there is a gap between the cylinder and the frame that's about 1/8 of an inch. And if you look through there, you can clearly see if there are bullets. Now, proper protocol on a set is the armorer gives the actor the gun and shows, in this case, you want to look at each chamber in the cylinder. So when the gun is given to the actor, both the armorer and the actor are in agreement that the gun is empty. Now, they weren't actually shooting a scene, so there was no reason for any ammunition to be in the gun. It should have been completely empty, and both of them should have checked it and agreed. The idea of giving a verbal signal that, well, this gun's okay, does not cut it. This is what a 45 long Colt bullet looks like. This one has been drilled. It's a dummy round. You can see the hole in it. The powder is gone. The primer is gone. So it's a dummy. Now, the way a single action works, you have to cock the hammer and then pull the trigger. And you'll see the cylinder advances 1 round each time you cock the hammer. So, when this gun was ready to be fired, the bullet had to be in that position. As you can see, it's very easy to see. When you cock it, it would align with the barrel, and then it's ready to fire. It would have just taken a split second to look and see that there was a bullet in the next position. And obviously that's where it was, given the way the incident happened. So as you can see, the next thing that had to happen, the gun had to be pointed at somebody. It had to be cocked. And while it was pointed at somebody, the trigger had to be pulled, which is something you should never do with a live gun. Now, I've heard people say, yeah, well, you watch the movies, they point the guns at the camera, they point the guns at people. Actually, you're either seeing guns that are not real guns, or if they're firing blanks, they're not firing directly at people. If they're firing into the camera, they're firing at a camera through a mirror, or it's a remote camera, or it's filming and there's nobody behind it. When you fire a blank, enough comes out of the barrel that you don't want somebody in front of it. So as you can see, for this to happen, the gun, a live gun with a live bullet in it, had to be pointed at somebody, cocked, fired after not being properly inspected, and taken from a set where live ammunition was present. If these three rules would have been followed, if just one of the rules would have been followed, this accident couldn't have happened. Now, obviously, it's a terrible tragedy, and our sympathy and condolences go out for the victims and their families. So obviously now there's an investigation ongoing, and ultimately there could be civil litigation and possibly criminal litigation. And hopefully the lessons from this whole incident that we learn will prevent a similar instance from ever happening again. If you have any ideas for a video or have questions, send me an email at brad@simpsonltd.com. Thank you.